What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? It's your boy Trey of the Bat Channel. We have some big DC film updates for you guys regarding James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Had a handful selective markets that had debuted in theaters this last weekend, and apparently, there's a rumor going around of confirmation of a certain cameo in the Flash film. Now, with James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, believe this last weekend it opened up in like the UK, so like France, England, and it's actually doing fairly well. It actually beat the Jungle Cruise, which Jungle Cruise's overall intake, it also had a domestic release with Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt. I think all together, including the Disney Plus numbers, it got right around $90 million, maybe a little over. So it did very, very well. In terms of the UK, the Jungle Cruise actually didn't beat the Suicide Squad film.
Well, if you think you're gonna beat the rock, your bald ass must be high.
It says here that Jungle Cruise's intake for the UK was $3.2 million and the Suicide Squad's $4.7 million. Now that's kind of interesting, obviously, because Suicide Squad is a rated R film and Jungle Cruise is very much Disney family friendly. So you would think it'd be more inviting for the box office. Now, of course, Jungle Cruise won overall for the weekend. I think technically for the domestic box office, it was over, I want to say like $57 million. So pretty good. Definitely not to the pandemic record at the moment, but a good sign for the movie theaters. But Suicide Squad beating out Jungle Cruise in the UK is a very interesting thing. To me, I think if it doesn't surpass $50 million this upcoming domestic weekend release, then I think it will be considered pretty much a failure. So we'll see what happens in the US. It's not going to be released in China. No really reason for that at the moment. Some people could say, well, is it because of the John Cena thing? As far as I've heard, just China just hasn't really commented on why they won't release the Suicide Squad film, which is really going to hurt the global box office because China is the second biggest market for any Hollywood film that comes out, any big budget film. So that will definitely not do so hot for the Suicide Squad film. But if it can make at least over 50 million domestically for the initial box office weekend, that will be a good sign for obviously James Gunn to continue if Warner Brothers wants him, which it sounds like they do.
It's what it is.
What it is.
Yes, it's what they want. It's where it's got.
Now, there's been a rumor going around that's honestly, I don't know what to think about. There was some set photo that was leaked from the Flash film. I mean, they really need to figure this Flash thing out because we received a crap ton of leaked photos. And it's like, what are they even doing? I mean, it's not even like stuff where they're out in public. It's stuff on set in, the backdrops. And we're somehow still getting leaked photos. So my guess is this is all on purpose for now. But we actually got our first look at the Flash suit. I can't post it up on here just because I know Warner Brothers has actually taken down and suspended YouTube channels that have been leaking photos on their channels. But in terms of the Flash suit, very, very scarlet red.
You've got red on you.
And develop symptoms similar to those displayed
red
by
on you.
their attackers. If you know someone...
Oh, you got red on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, you can see that his, boots kind of have the gold streaks on them, gold belt, kind of a gold, well, looks like a little arm piece there. And then you can see the gold lightning bolt ears, very like classic looking Flash. I will say the suit looks a little weird. Just because like proportionally, like his arms, I mean, Ezra Miller's not a very big guy, but his arms are kind of small. And then it just looks like his torso is kind of not matching the rest of his body. I mean, it's very like almost like your comic book, not comic book, but the Justice League Unlimited cartoon series where it's like no leg day superhero, So apparently this leaked set photo of that, we got our first look of the Flash suit, the new Flash suit. is from this guy, cryptodad.eth, and he had posted with it saying, "That's awesome. A few weeks ago, I did some work on the new Flash movie with Superman and Batman on set at the same time.
Come again?
Boyhood dream come true." Now that is crazy because obviously we know Michael Keaton, Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman's returning, and you got Sasha Calle as Supergirl. We weren't really sure if there was going to be a Superman or Henry Cavill or Michael B. Jordan, whoever it's going to be. But according to this guy, which I try to do some digging, I have no idea who this person is, how they got this photo, and what he did on the Flash movie. But it's crazy that he was able to leak that photo of, Ezra Miller in the suit, in this green screen, and to say that, yes, Superman and Batman were there together. So if this is true, he tweeted shortly after this, because obviously we're like, whoa, what's going on here? He actually replied and said, "Geez, this got some engagement. No shit."
No shit, Sherlock.
Sorry for not replying sooner, but I actually have a life outside of Twitter. He's just very kind of interesting about this. But he says, "Yes, it's Henry Cavill."
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Not saying anything else. Also will be deleting the tweet, so you fanboys better screenshot it quick before it's gone. And no, I won't be getting fired.
Really? I find that very odd.
After all of that tweet, I feel like it's a little suspect, but he did have the leaked photo, so that's kind of interesting. Or maybe he knows someone who is working on the show, but I don't know. You guys let me know. I mean, if Henry Cavill was on set of the Flash movie with with Michael Keaton's Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman, then Mikey Sutton on Syl Abdul's show with Geekosity, man, this is another thing he was right about. Because he had been talking about this many months ago that, yeah, Henry Cavill is going to show up on The Flash for a cameo. And from then it was kind of like, okay, yeah, we'll see. We haven't heard anything about it. If anything, he was going to show up for the Black Adam film, which one of the producers actually talked about recently, of saying, yeah, everyone wants to see Black Adam and Superman go at it head to toe. He kind of teased it. So, there's definitely something going on with the Black Adam film. But for the Flash film, we haven't really heard anything. We kind of just expected with Sasha Calle coming in as Supergirl that she was just going to be that Kryptonian. But the fact that Henry Cavill is supposedly there, this film is becoming all the more, I mean, it's getting big, obviously. And of course it should be, because it's Flashpoint. It's developing the DC multiverse. But no one had heard anything about Henry Cavill really showing up other than what Mikey Sutton was saying. So this is some crazy ass shit. You guys will have to let me know what you guys think. Do you think Henry Cavill is going to make an appearance on the Flash movie, or are we going to get the Nick Cage, cameo from the Tim Burton Superman film that was never made? But definitely some interesting stuff going on over at the Flash film. But we had a phone call. Let's see what's going on. Hello?
I'm here to help, but it has to be on my own terms, and you have to convince Washington of that.
Even if I were willing to try, what makes you think they'd listen?
I don't know, General. Guess I'll just have to trust you.
I guess we're just gonna have to trust this guy, like you said. Man, it would be amazing to see Henry Cavill back into Superman, because you got the J.J. Abrams Black Superman film thing going on. You got Michael B. Jordan doing his Val Zod Superman, which I think is gonna be really cool over at HBO Max. But if Henry Cavill, which is what we all want, because he's a perfect Superman, that's who we need to be focusing on, for any future Superman films in theater, because Henry Cavill, he is Superman. But crazy stuff, guys. Seriously, we'll keep you guys up to date as we learn a little more of the Flash movie, but some interesting things to to keep an eye on as it progresses. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm your host, Trey, and don't forget to tune in weekly. Same bat time, same bat channel.